take questions for Will. We'll start with Ryan.
Will, last time you would play on this field Saturday, man, what goes through your mind with that in play, and then the increased sense of urgency knowing what's ahead for you guys as far as wanting to make a postseason?
Yeah, obviously last time stepping on Keene Stadium, so and you just want to go to that game and have no regrets in how you prepare and the way you play, and so that's throughout this week is preparing at a level you've never prepared like, and not having regrets in the way you do it. But playing against Duke, it's obviously there's an emotion to that, and finishing up your time here at Carolina, but you don't let that emotion kind of take over the execution and the preparation you gotta have.
No.
Jordan opened up to us after Wake Forest a little bit about a message that he had for the defense specifically after the Wake Forest game. How did the defense react to that, and what was sort of the general consensus moving out of the locker room and getting ready for a new week?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a defense, we don't really, it doesn't affect us the way the offense plays, whatever it is. We know it, we got to go on the field and make stops and get the ball back to our offense with great field position, no matter the situation. And so, no matter what the offense or special teams does, the defensive unit, we got to do a better job, and we know that we're capable of holding teams to as little as we can. And so we sort of, we trust the offense and they trust us, and so having their trust always helps. Same with the special teams, so we just got to play as one unit.
Being a leader, though, is on this defense, is on this team. What was sort of your message back to Jordan after he stood in front of everyone and sort of gave an emotional, heartfelt type of message?
Yeah, I think it's all about the team and being unified and not trying to point a finger anywhere. We're all trying to win, and we're all one team. The moment you start playing as two different units, you go downhill, and so we just got to play as one team and play complementary football.
Michael?
Will, on that note, Chip was also telling us after the game that he's really motivated to win the game this week for seniors, guys like you and Kobe. This is your last chance to get the belt back after losing it last year. What does it mean to you that he is so fired up, not for himself, but for some of the older guys?
Yeah, I mean, Chip's a great guy, very mature, just being a sophomore, and he recognizes the importance of this game, and even at a young age. And so he's a great guy and selfless in the way he prepares and the way he plays. So I really appreciate that about him. I know when I was a freshman, I was up here speaking before the Duke week, and we had the same mindset as freshmen and younger players. You want to win it for the seniors.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, well, when you look at Duke, they're one of the, higher scoring ACC teams. They've had a few 40-point games, everything like that. Bill was talking about Mensa, their quarterback. When you look at them on film, what are some of the things you kind of identify that they do well, and what kind of, in those games where they get a rhythm, what kind of allows them to get up there?
Yeah, like you mentioned, they've got a lot of talent, especially at the quarterback and skill positions. So Mensa is a great player and does a good job of getting the ball to his explosive receivers. So I think it's going to be a big game for secondary. You got to be disciplined and have great communication pre-snap. And when we make mistakes, he's likely going to find those mistakes. And so we just got to be disciplined in the way we prepare this week and the way we execute on Saturday.
Ryan?
Yeah, well, you've got obviously Duke and NC State in the season. I wonder how you compare those two rivals. As someone who's been around this program for a long time, do those games feel different compared to each other, compared to the other games on your schedule? What sort of separates the Duke and NC State?
Yeah, I mean, I think any rivalry game, there's just a little bit more of an emotional aspect to it. You just get fired up for it, and you know that these schools that are in your backyard, and you see people around, and you're so close to these universities that they mean a little more to the fan bases, and so you recognize that. I don't think it changes your approach to the game or the way you need to execute. But the difference between the two rivalries, I don't see too much of a difference. I think they're both pretty heated, and you want to win both of them. So that.
Sheldon?
Yeah, I guess for the Duke game specifically, I'm just curious. Obviously, like the victory bell is such a big part of that, and it's kind of been the history with this rivalry. What does that, kind of artifact, if you will, of winning that mean for you as someone that's been around the program?
Yeah, I think it's just another motivator to get that back and have it here at Carolina. My first 3 years here, it spent its time in this facility, painted Carolina blue, and so we want to get that back and keep it here, and get it back for the guys that are coming back next year, and for recruits, just people in Carolina. That victory bell just looks better in this facility.
Yeah, I guess a quick follow-up on that. I appreciate you sharing that. Like, where did you guys keep it? Was it a prominent place? Can you just tell me more about that?
Yeah, it was kept right by our tunnel, kind of right near our weight room, but yeah, by the tunnel as you enter the field.
Are you guys like ringing it for fun, just looking at it? What did that look like?
Yeah, I mean, you more rang it after the game and sort of left it there,
Yeah.
just a good reminder. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having a chance to ring it Saturday.
Andrew?
Yeah, some of the guys, to stay on that, some of the guys told stories the last couple of years about ringing it during the week, and how some of the coaches would ring it pretty great. And Drake said he rang it a lot. Is it kind of weird not having that sound this week in the building? And because you had it every year that you've been here.
I have, yeah. I wouldn't say it's weird. It's just another motivator. I want to get it back. It's good to have it this week, but it's also fun to sort of take it back.
Second question, totally unrelated. What are your thoughts? Darian Mensah, coach, said that he's an NFL quarterback and best quarterback you guys have faced. So what are some of the challenges there?
Yeah, he's a great player. Like I mentioned earlier, he's going to find any mistakes that you make, and does a great job. He's a great deep ball. Good job looking off the defenders, and so we just got to stay disciplined, play to a high level in the back end, play great man coverage, whatever it is. We just got to, guard these receivers well, read the quarterback, and do our job.
Great.
Kind of going off of that, last week you guys had several defensive breakdowns in the defensive backfield. How important will communication be this weekend, especially you going up against a quarterback like Darian Mensah, who's really smart and finding those weaknesses back there?
Yeah, I think communication any week for the secondary is crucial. One mistake can lead to a big touchdown or a big play, and I guess especially for this week with the quarterback, just being able to capitalize off those mistakes. So we got to do a good job communicating.
Will you be part of this rivalry you mentioned for 3 years now? Is there one of those games that stands out in memory, that stands out in particular?
Yeah, I think my freshman year for sure. Finishing that one with the interception to seal it was a great memory. One that I cherish still to this day. And so, winning here in double overtime too. All 3 games I've been a part of have been really close and come down to the last play. And so you got to be ready for a close game and ready to fight it out because both these teams want to win so bad. That's what you got to expect.
And last one for Michael.
Will, as a senior and a leader on this team, who do you see as sort of the next man up in the defensive backfield to take your place when you're gone?
Yeah, I think we have a great group of guys in the DB room, safeties and corners. But a guy that I think has played a lot and is growing in his maturity is Caleb Cost. Hoping to see him back this week. But a great player, great tackler, great coverage, and sort of a guy that can do everything, play a little corner, play a little safety. And he's grown as a leader throughout the time I've been here. Expect him to take a big leap next year too.
Perfect. Good stuff. Thanks so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Thanks, man.